So this will be a tutorial and overview of a site called Thinglink, and it's a way to make images a little bit more interactive by being able to add in a survey or add in video that you want your students to see, or just adding in the name of something. This is particularly useful in the area of science. Now, Thinglink is a paid service, but they do have sort of a freemium section where you can do some things for free, but not all. And if you're an educator, you can click on this section for students and teachers. Once here, if you are setting up an account for the first time, select the I am a teacher, and it will ask you for an email or password, or you can simply log in with your eSite account using the Google Plus login. If you already have a login, just enter email and password and go ahead and log in. Once you're logged in, you'll see the little Thinglink icon here, the little teacher button at the bottom. Now, if you'd like, you can see if someone has already created something that you could use as is. You can just click on the little search icon and then type in something that you're looking for. So I went ahead and just made a search query for cell model, and here's some of the images that came up, and if there's something that I really like, I can check it out and see what this teacher has done with it. And here again, I can see that they have just labeled them as the correct part, but I could share this with my students. You see, you can also add in hyperlinks to books. You could also put in videos if you wanted. This particular one does not include any video on it. It's just basically helping the student identify different parts of the cell. If you wanted to create one on your own, you would just click on the Create button, and you can upload an image from your hard drive. You can drag and drop images here. If you found a picture on the internet that you'd like to use, you can go ahead and insert the URL, which is what I'm going to do here, just to model what it looks like. So I'm just going to do a quick search on earthworm anatomy. Once I find an image that I like, I'm going to copy this URL and put it into Thinglink. So now I can go ahead and tag this picture. Now, if whoever created this image deletes it, then it will no longer link to it. So this is assuming that this link to this picture will stay open forever. But once I find an image that I like, I can go ahead and click Edit, and I can go ahead and start tagging bits and pieces of this. So, if I want them to label this part, I can just click on it to add a tag, and then I can go ahead and let them know that this is the crop. Once I'm done, after putting the crop, if I wanted to write a definition, I could add something in there. If I wanted to change the icon to something else, I could. I normally say with some of the small icons, I could just click Save Tag, and that's it. There it goes. If I wanted to go ahead and add a new tag for the gizzard, just click on that, and then go ahead and enter in whatever this is. If I want to add more, I can, and then just click Save Tag. And you would do this for whatever you wanted the student to label or identify. Once you're done, you can click on the Share settings, and you can make this public if you want, or unlisted if you only want to give a link to your students and only have them access it. For right now, I'm going to leave this as public. I'm going to go ahead and close this, and then Save Image. So now this is what your students would see. So your students would see these little black dots that they could hover over and say, okay, well, this is the crop, or this is the gizzard. And if they're not sure, they can click on it and they would find out that yes, it is in fact the gizzard. From here, you can share it with your students. So you can copy this link down, put it into School Loop, and it would direct them to this picture where they could go ahead and practice. Now, if you notice there's a mistake or you want to add more onto this, you can go ahead and click the Edit button again, and it'll take you back to the screen. Just double click where you want to add a tag and add in more or less as needed. And just make sure you click Save Tag when you're finished. If you wanted to add in content like audio or other images, you can do that as well. If you double click, you can change this icon to maybe a play icon. And for now, I'm just going to go ahead and paste in a YouTube video I might want them to watch. And so I'm going to go ahead and click Save Tag. So when students see that little play icon and they click it, it will open up a YouTube video and they can play it directly from this image. So you'll see that playing here. If you wanted to, you could link it to other things such as images or websites that you want your students to go to based off a particular section of an image. So that's Thinglink. There's really no big difference between the free version and the paid version other than you can make these icons disappear when you hover over them. If you don't mind the icons being visible while you're not hovered over the image, then there's no difference between the paid version and the free version. So hopefully you find this tool useful.